Hello everyone and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobbycapucci, and this is Daily Drop number 251. Did Donald Trump fall and hit his head, have some sort of traumatic brain injury that we don't know about? Because a comment like the one he made today is simply disgusting and unacceptable from the commander-in-chief. I don't care who sits in that office. To say that you wish someone like Ghislaine Maxwell well? What does that even mean? Is somebody going to ask the president to clarify what he means by asking if Ghislaine Maxwell, by saying he wishes her well when asked about her? Because I'll tell you what, it is not a good look for anyone, never mind the President of the United States of America, to be wishing somebody who is charged with child sex crimes well. In fact, it's abhorrent and it's offensive. We have an article tonight from CNBC, and the headline, Trump on accused Epstein sex crimes accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. I wish her well. This article was authored by Kevin Bruniger and Dan Mangan for CNBC.com. President Donald Trump on Tuesday offered kind words to Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite, co-conspirator, child abuser, general scuzzbag, criminally charged with procuring underage girls to be sexually abused by the late investor Jeffrey Epstein. I just wish her well, frankly, Trump said of Maxwell during a White House press conference on the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, really? I just wish her well, frankly? What does that even mean? Why would you wish her well? I thought you were the law and order president. Isn't that what you've been telling us? Certainly doesn't seem like the law and order president to me. Seems like somebody who's wishing one of his buddies, somebody he used to rub elbows with, well. And it's disgusting. And I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. This is a bad look for any president, never mind Donald Trump, who already has his own ties to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Now he's coming out saying he wishes her well. It's absolutely gross on its face. It's disgusting. And I don't care what side of the aisle you fall on. The tribalism needs to end. Maxwell, 58, last week was ordered held without bail in the case, where she is also charged with perjury. One of her accusers was just 14 years old at the time Epstein allegedly sexually abused her in the mid-1990s. Trump's offer of well wishes to Maxwell came after a reporter asked him if you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men. So I didn't watch the coronavirus update or whatever they're calling it nowadays because it's all pointless. We never get any real information one way or the other anyway, so I don't even bother with that nonsense. But it looks like one of the reporters asked, you feel that she's going to turn in powerful people? And then that was Trump's answer, I guess, trying to sidestep it. But I'll tell you what, it's absolutely disgusting. Why not just answer the question straight on? Why not just answer the question straight on if you think Ghislaine Maxwell is going to turn in some powerful people? Trump seems to be outspoken about everything else. Why isn't he outspoken about this? Maxwell and Epstein had socialized with many well-known people, including Trump and Britain's Prince Andrew, as well as former President Bill Clinton. When Epstein was arrested last July on child sex trafficking charges, there was speculation that he would inform authorities about possible sexual misconduct by others. He died from what was ruled a jailhouse suicide a month later. Look, this whole entire sordid ordeal is disgusting, gross, and an embarrassment that all of these high-profile people such as Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, you name it, had a relationship with this man is beyond the pale. And the fact that nobody is even answering any questions over this is even grosser in my opinion. Don't you think that every single one of these people that were involved with Epstein, that were hanging out with him on an intimate level, should be scrutinized at the highest levels? Where is CNN waiting outside of Bill Clinton's house? Or Hillary Clinton's house? Why isn't any of these reporters on Fox News like, Like Wallace the other day, why isn't he asking Donald Trump directly about Jeffrey Epstein? Why are we pussyfooting around all the time here? I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, Florida, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach, Trump said of Maxwell and Epstein, who was a former friend of Trump's. And this just goes to the, it goes into the column of him being dishonest, right? This is just absolute bullshit from Donald Trump. I guess they lived in Palm Beach? No, bro, you know they lived in Palm Beach. Don't gaslight us. Don't sidestep the question. Don't be one of them. I thought you were going to drain the swamp. I thought you were Mr. Law and Order. Well, it certainly does not seem that way to me. What it seems like is you're being evasive, you don't want to answer any questions, and, Mr. Trump, your ties to Jeffrey Epstein are obviously a lot more extensive than you let on. Now again, there's nobody saying that Trump was involved in abusing these girls with Epstein. There's no credible reports of that. None of the survivors have come out and said that. So that's not the point here. The point is that we all know that he was friends with Maxwell. We all know that he was friends with Epstein. And according to which sources you want to listen to or believe, they had some sort of falling out. Well, that's fine and well. But don't lie to us, Mr. President. We know the deal. We know you guys were close for a period of time. We know that you rubbed elbows together. And we know that the circles that you ran in New York and in Florida were the same exact billionaire circles that all of these rich people run in. So please, do not try to gaslight us. Do not try to lie. Just answer the question head on. The president said that he hadn't been following Maxwell's case very closely. He added, I don't know the situation regarding Andrew. One of Epstein's accusers has claimed that she had sex with Andrew, who is son of Queen Elizabeth II, at Maxwell's direction. I don't know the situation regarding Andrew. Isn't there a clip going around right now as we speak of you talking about Andrew? About how he knows about what happened on the island and how gross it was, and again, caught in another lie. This is just beyond the pale for me. This is the kind of shit that breaks the straw that breaks the camel's back. This is why I don't trust any of these politicians and why I have become an absolute political refugee these days. Because none of these people, none of them represent me. Not on the right, not on the left, and well, we have nobody in the middle anymore because it's an all or nothing game with these people. It's all absolutes. Oh, well, if you don't pass my litmus test and like everything I do and fall into line the way I want you to, well, you're a fascist and a racist. And, well, if you believe in socialism of any sort and you want to help people, well, you're a communist. As opposed to having nuanced conversation, we just have devolved into complete and utter anarchy and disgustingness where we're at a point where we have a game show host who became president. And on the other side, a man that's obviously battling dementia right now, who can't put a sentence together. And these are the two best people we have to lead this country, huh? These are the two best options? I say that's bullshit. But federal prosecutors have said that they want to question Andrew, the Duke of York, about his relationship with Epstein. Just don't know. Not aware of it, Trump said of the allegations against Andrew, who withdrew from public duties in Britain last year after a disastrous interview in which he discussed breaking ties with Epstein. And again, this is such bullshit on Donald Trump's part, right? Oh, just don't know, not aware of it. Shut up, man. It's as big of a lie as Bill Clinton or Hillary saying they didn't go to the ranch in New Mexico. Straight up bullshit, a straight up lie, and I'm sick of all of these politicians thinking that they can get up on their bully pulpit and directly lie to us when we have evidence of the contrary. Folks, you can go check for yourself and see what Donald Trump said in 2015 about Prince Andrew. You can go and check for yourself the ties that Donald Trump had with Jeffrey Epstein. The relationship is there. Fact. Donald Trump was one of the enablers. Fact. I know it's a hard pill to swallow for some people. I know people don't want to hear it, but the facts are the facts, folks, okay? Maxwell, who previously dated Epstein and managed his properties, was arrested on July 2nd while holed up at a $1 million home on a 155-acre property in New Hampshire. The daughter of the late crooked media baron Robert Maxwell had stayed out of the public eye since Epstein's arrest last year. She pleaded not guilty at the bail hearing in Manhattan Federal Court, where Judge Allison Nathan said that Maxwell posed a substantial risk of flight because of her wealth and due to her holding citizenship in France, which does not extradite its citizens on criminal charges. So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to believe that Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, the leader of the free world, a New York billionaire who rubbed shoulders and elbows with all of these people, is not following this case closely? Doesn't care what's going on, huh? Maybe that's how Jeffrey Epstein died in the first place. Maybe nobody at the Justice Department or in the executive branch gave a hell. Maybe they were just too busy doing whatever it is the hell that they're doing right now. Maxwell is being held in a Brooklyn federal jail awaiting her trial, which is scheduled to begin next summer. Trump's remarks about Maxwell came during his first briefing on the coronavirus in nearly 3 months. And I don't blame Trump for that, honestly. Why get up there and talk nonsense? He's not a medical doctor. He's just going to open himself up to people punching holes into whatever he has to say. It's counterproductive for the nation, so why do it? The White House Coronavirus Task Force, which is led by Vice President Mike Pence and includes coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx and Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, had regularly held briefings on COVID-19 earlier this year. The president had attended those near-daily briefings, but they all but ended in late April, shortly after Trump speculated about whether disinfectants could be injected into people to treat the virus. He later claimed he had posed that question sarcastically. On Monday, Trump announced he would resume the briefings. But no members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force accompanied him at the Tuesday evening briefing on the virus. I don't care about any of that. Let's be very clear. I don't care one good goddamn about this coronavirus task force or any of the nonsense surrounding it. Any of the BS about Fauci, any of the other nonsense either. I do not care, okay? Here's what I care about. That the President of the United States is saying that he wishes Ghislaine Maxwell well. If that's not what he meant, he needs to come out and clarify what he meant. Because as of right now, this statement is straight garbage. His relationship with them is straight garbage. And the fact that he is not being forthcoming about anything in this situation, considering that he knows they lived in Palm Beach, folks, okay? He knows that. And I guess they lived in Palm Beach. Come on, man. Do the right thing. And answer the questions correctly and truthfully. Don't try and gaslight people and act like you don't know that they lived in Palm Beach or that you guys rubbed elbows together or went to the same parties together. I mean, it's just an absolute joke at this point. How many people in so-called polite society are wrapped up in this? How many people were very close with Epstein and Maxwell, and how, now that they distance themselves, all of a sudden they expect us to believe that none of that stuff happened in the past. That all of those accounts and pictures of all of them together, none of that ever occurred. They don't know these people. I don't know who Maxwell is. What are you, crazy? No idea if they lived in Palm Beach. I wish her well. This guy fallen his head? What is wrong with this guy at this point? Are you kidding me right now? I have had an absolute enough of so-called polite society, the robber barons that rule over us from both sides of the aisle. Right now, when they're not busy wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well, they're busy picking at the corpse of the American people, of the nation, and enriching themselves at the same time while threatening to cut off unemployment to 30 million or some odd people. Folks, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. It's all a WWE-style wrestling match game, and all they're doing is making pretend. Because at the end of the day, they're all part of the club, and none of us are invited. If you'd like to contact me, you can do that at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI@protonmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter at BOBBY_CAPUCCI. All right, everybody, you'll be able to find all of the links that pertain to the episode within the description box. And to everybody who has donated to the GoFundMe, thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow, and we will do it all over again.